I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you and also thank the district local government for organizing this meeting. This meeting is long overdue. We should have had it last year, but because of many schedules that are here and there, it is until today. Before I proceed, I hope we are okay with the English. Can we keep in with the... I can speak actually very well. That's why I trust you. Do you, our brothers, do you speak actually? No? But I can speak in English. English is okay. Thank you very much. So I said this meeting should have taken place earlier than today, but nonetheless we are having it today. Following series of meetings that we have been having at regional level under Uganda arrangement, Uganda government arrangement. I think the other one we had it here, that was in 2006. When you remember, September. Then we had another one in Navy. We had another one in Gulu here last year. And the whole point was that we need to have a day and sit and discuss with our brothers and sisters who have come from South Sudan in issues of how do we work together in ensuring that there is protection and safety of all. And when we add that and say, now what do we do? And all the local governments in the north, especially those who are hosting refugees, they will find it, they will ask themselves, at what point do we come in as local government? Right from Council 3 up to Council what? 5. And in particular in terms of safety and protection, at what time do local government come in? Because they all, if you look at our arrangement, everything is office of the what? Prime Minister and OPM. And yet there is a government at a lower level, and then at a higher level, and then at national level. So the question we have been asking, at what time and at what point do local government come in the what? In handling the refugees issues? There are so many things, because when you talk about service delivery, it entails a lot of things. How do we ensure that our brothers and sisters who are the refugees and the host communities are getting the services that they should have what? Got. Health, education, water, mention them. And this has a factor of planning. When you look at our national planning processes, resources are allocated. There's what they call allocation formula. Population is number one. Then the other criteria like how to reach or the distance of the place. But population is what? Is number one in allocating the what? The resources at the planning time. So we realize that there are our brothers and sisters who are staying with us outside the what? The camp. So the question is, as local government, do we take care of them during the planning what? Process? And sometimes the answer is yes and no and no. Some local governments say, yeah, we do, but we don't know their number. 3, they say, yeah, it is a responsibility of OPM to plan for them. But the question is, OPM plans, but in terms of delivery, giving services, local government is at the what? At the forefront. I give an example. Badege division, you plan and you what? You implement. So the question is, in your planning, in your annual plan, does it take care of the needs of the refugees? Meaning, if you used to plan for 30 people who are resident of what? Of the national of Badege, but you already have people who are also what? Staying, probably 10 of them. That means you have planned for 40, not 30. Are we together? So that is why, as Olga we came and said, let's start a kind of dialogue, a kind of discussion together, and then we see how best we can move forward. It's unfortunate the planning process has gone on, but nonetheless we can start the process. The other important thing that we want to tackle, ULCA works in terms of advocacy, advocating for policy change. When you look through the Refugees Act of Uganda, the role of local government doesn't come out very vividly. And we're saying in this discussion, let's see how do we get issues that will make us go to government of Uganda and see how the local government can be amended to give local government power in the processes of managing refugees issues. More especially in the area of protection and safety. I was chatting with the Guana DPC just casually in the nick of time. I even did this with here. How does the Refugee Act says when there are small misunderstanding or conflicts between the refugees and then the nation? If that misunderstanding is there, how do we handle it? Do we use the national law? How? It's not very clear. What if there is misunderstanding between the refugees and the refugees themselves? But they are in bad, then we use the word bad. They're in the same village or ward, and there is a misunderstanding, conflict. How do you come in to help settle that disagreement between the two? All of them are refugees, isn't it? So how does the local government come in? How does the system come in to regulate and ensure that there is the issues are handled amicably, and then they continue. That is protection and and safety. So, but you find the current law doesn't give us the power as local government and the system, probably even the DSU and the DPC police. They will say, how do you handle it? They refer to OPM. And yet, the system, the justice system that should be able to handle, then life continues. So those are the issues that Adjumani was saying. If we get your view, see how do we move it forward so that the law is flexed, that give everybody opportunity to handle issues, any issues that are coming up. Development in nature, protection in nature, and safety in in nature. The other bit of it is why we call all of you, both the refugees and the host community together. It's like we're trying to see how do we start moving together and have a discussion and see whether there is issues that are cropping up, which is safety in nature or protection in nature. We come together as one body who are staying within the locality and see how to amicably handle it. I know in the camp system there are system structures of leadership that are there which can deal with those issues. But outside here, there could not be, maybe there are not serious structures that have been organized. So the purpose of us starting this sitting together is to start that working of sharing and see how do we build that common understanding with the refugees and the host community and move together in relation to protection and and safety. Protection and safety is one of the fundamental human rights. Wherever you are, you have to get it because you're a human being, which does not know a boundary or whatever, but as long as you're a human being, you have to be protected and your safety has to be guaranteed. And that safety and protection, for it to be guaranteed, we need to put a system in place that would make us follow that. So that is basically why we are here today from the perspective of ULCA, which is Uganda Local Government Association, an umbrella body that regulates work with local governments, all local governments in Uganda, and the ultimate goal is to make sure that services are delivered to the people efficiently and effectively. So that's why we are here. So as ULCA, based on that, we normally interact, meet with our colleagues and friends. So in the process of this, we were sharing with our colleagues. That's why we came into a strategic partnership with AWAD, which is African Women and Youth Action for Development. we said, what do we do? Because I was also working in doing some intervention in Lamour and some parts of that. This aspect of protection and safety, more especially local government, how do we bring local government in? Right from the lower local government and the what? Higher local government. Then we say, okay, before we can start any serious engagement, let's go down and find out what is it. And we realize that there are some of our sisters and brothers from South Sudan who are not in the camp, but they're staying with us. And we're saying, what do we do when the nature issues of protection and what? Safety around? How do we handle it? Because I understand OPM purely deals with the refugees who are settled in what? In the camp. They have registered and they know their plan for them. But what about those who are like our brothers who are staying with us? That now comes to the responsibility of what? Local government, isn't it? But the law does not give us that power. So how do we go about it? Yeah. So when it comes to the time of discussion, we want to think together. What do we do? Yeah. And why we have the issue and the policy here, you know, when it comes to safety and protection, it's the issue of, let me use the word security. Security, not in a bigger whatever, but how am I secure? How do I feel safe in wherever I'm staying, when I'm walking?